Welcome to The Fitterist Show with your host, Christopher Allen, where we explore the art of mind and body conditioning. While there is plenty of hype in today's shortcut-driven, Photoshop-edited, instant gratification-fueled world, the reality of long-term growth and progress most often requires patience and consistent hard work. Patience is often the unseen, unsexy, and boring practice that serves as the foundation of success that drives lasting change, and that's also the topic of today's show. Like the amazing ability of compounding and from the financial investing world, patience is usually a bunch of little things that add up over time, all contributing to your investment in your health, fitness, and wellness. And like the return on investment of compounding interest to your bank account, you get to reap the rewards of your ongoing compounding investment over time in your body transformation with patience. In an Instagram world where there is instant gratification portrayed nearly everywhere, from overnight body transformations to 30 to monthly six-figure sales get-rich schemes that litter the social media landscape. But the reality is quite different. And since we've talked about the many parallels of the physical world and financial fitness, so being physically and financially fit, on the show before, I thought I'd do just a quick survey of a couple of the world's wealthiest and probably most celebrated, recognized for their wealth individuals. So if you look at Warren Buffett, the Wizard of Omaha, net worth at age 37, around $10 million. Age 47, $67 million. Age 58, $2.3 billion. Age 66, $17 billion. Age 83, $59 billion net worth. And at age 88, he's now worth about $85 billion. So again, well over 50 years in the making to one of the world's wealthiest men. Similarly, let's look at Jeff Bezos. Founded Amazon in 1994. When Amazon popped in its IPO, he was worth $10 billion. So clearly a high net worth individual. But if you remember, the Amazon stock took a downturn, and by 2003, that $10 billion had dwindled down to $2.5 billion, down almost 75%. But through persistence and patience, he stuck with it. 2009, net worth grew to $10 billion. 2014, $30 billion. 2016, $45 billion. And in 2018, he became the wealthiest man on the planet with $150 billion. Again, 25 years in the making. So my point here is that these legends worked hard for decades before becoming crazy wealthy. There was no overnight success. What you don't see is the work behind the scenes, the hours of dedication, commitment, and yes, patience, while they provided stewardship of their vision to reality. And similarly, in the world of fitness, the overnight success is almost always one that has been at least months, if not years, in the making. Dropping weight, adding muscle, getting into cardiovascular shape, and anything where you work on perfecting your craft takes time and patience. So if you look up the definition of patience, it is the ability to wait or to continue doing something that, despite difficulties, or to suffer without complaining or becoming annoyed. So in common practice, patience is just the heads down daily grind of getting stuff done. It's not sexy. It's not super Instagram postable. There's rarely any instant gratification. And it's not an overly effective marketing tool or message. It's very difficult to communicate patience. And to be honest, patience is something that I continue to work on in my life. I have not always been the most patient person. Well, I've definitely been more patient as I've gotten older and had different broader perspectives on life. Patience hasn't always been my strong suit. And from a fitness perspective, if you think about it, it takes generally months or years to get out of shape. So it would seem reasonable to expect that it might take months or years to get back into shape. And remember that when you are patient, you show a great amount of discipline, which is another key element to a healthy lifestyle. Discipline is essential for a healthy body. Successful training program is a foundation for lasting habit formation. Positive change just takes time. So there's three quick areas I'd like to touch upon with regard to patience. And they are around patience with your training, patience with your diet, and patience with the process and yourself going through the process. So let's start with patience with your training. And remember that significant improvements are a result of a multitude of smaller changes over time. It is rarely the overnight success that doesn't result without many, many days, hours in the gym, working out. And as you believe in your training programs, and even as you vary your workouts, as those training programs will need to be more challenging as you progress and evolve in your training. So again, it happens over time. As you start anything, you're not that good at it. But as you continue to practice and hone your craft, you get better and better and better over time. Now, there's no magic workout plan that'll magically transform your body overnight, because losing body fat, adding lean muscle mass, building strength, building up endurance, improving your cardio capability just requires a lot of hard work practicing that craft over time. So be sure to give your program time to yield results and evaluate your progress along the way. It's not an all or nothing. There are incremental improvements that you should see throughout your training, and know that it will take time. Just think if your goal was to increase your strength and I said, hey, what if you could just add 1 pound to your bench press in the gym this week? And most people would say, okay, I could do that. Now, imagine doing that consistently over a year. Every week, 1 pound, and you've added 50 pounds to your bench press. Now, at some point, there's a point of diminishing returns there, but you get the idea. It's small incremental improvements that over time yield big results. And whatever happens as you go through the process, know that simply by adhering to an exercise program and sticking with it over time, you're making huge strides toward a healthy lifestyle and doing something that many, if not most people, don't or aren't able to do. The second area is patience with your diet. So similar to your training program, changing your diet will also take time to yield results. And my best advice here is start slow. Literally, just make a few simple changes to your diet so you gain consistency and confidence in making those changes stick. Remember that the challenges and difficulties of changing your diet will be immediate, right? You could say, hey, I'm going to eat better and I'm going to start doing that right away. But the payoff to making that important decision will not be immediate. Hence, the importance and value of patience in the process. It takes time for the body to respond to the combination of your new commitment to eating better and the new types of foods that you will be consuming to fuel your consistent workouts. So your eating habits will improve as you learn how to eat correctly and as your commitment to continue will strengthen because you will begin to see results. And the good news here is that when you change your diet that fuels your workouts, you get a synergistic effect as better food yields better fuel to power you through your workouts, which in turn provides the stimulus to transform and change your body. And once this machine gets rolling, so you've got the food, the fuel, the training, the sleep, once that machine gets rolling, you'll start to notice the effects. Clothes will fit a little better. You'll feel more confident, and you'll start to see your body change as a result. And you get the synergistic benefit again of both the diet and the training fueling one another. So the third and probably most important area is patience with the process and patience with yourself. It's one thing to have a workout routine and a nutrition plan set up, ready to go, but it's another thing to follow and then consistently follow those plans. Just know that it is highly likely you'll fall off the diet bandwagon at some point, and that's okay. Just be cognizant of how and why you strayed and get back on the path. Give yourself a little flexibility to mentally plan and account for straying from your diet so that you don't beat yourself up over a single occurrence. These things happen to everyone. It's natural, it's normal, it's okay. If it helps, you can plan for and set up a cheat meal from time to time to allow you to indulge a bit without feeling guilty. So it's part of your plan. Your food cravings will likely evolve as well. I know when I was in a cutting phase, I remember as I eliminated things from my nutrition plan or replaced them with simpler, healthier items, my brain experienced a substitutional effect. So things like flavored water became as tasty as a Diet Coke. Puffed corn, my brain was able to say, this puffed corn is like eating salt and vinegar potato chips, because my mind had shifted my perception of these foods that are more healthier than what I was eating. Hugely important and hugely valuable to go through that. I found it fascinating how amazing the brain is at helping the body adapt by shifting cravings to these new foods. I got so that I was craving puffed corn as a snack it would be like potato chips. So do your best to stick to your diet plan and know that you'll still reach your goals. Similarly with your workout, right? Skipping one training session, which will happen from time to time as you're busy. Life happens. Things get in the way. It's okay. Missing a workout does not negate all the hard work you've already put in. Your body doesn't start to decay. But try to stick to a routine that works for you. And be present when you're working out. Be in the moment, focused at improving your body when you're training. I know for myself that there have been many times when I did not feel like going to the gym. And I'd tell myself, okay, let's just drive to the gym. I'll just go through the motions and at least just get some blood moving. And guess what? Once I got to the gym, I showed up, I started to get into state. I'm in a gym environment. I'm seeing everyone around me pushing their bodies and working out. And I made it through my workout. Were those instances the best workouts of all time? Probably not. Was it better than not showing up at all? Yeah. Did I gain confidence that even though I told myself I would, quote, just go through the motions, that I would mentally feel better knowing that I worked out and I became more consistent, fit person just by showing up? You bet. And over time, that was probably more valuable to building consistency than any single workout. Developing the habit of showing up, being patient over time. There are no shortcuts. There's no overnight success, no 1 week transformation programs. You simply need to put in the hard work as consistently as possible. And understand there will be frustrating times. There'll be some setbacks. There'll be injuries. I'll do another whole show around coming back from injuries. But do your best to see the bigger picture and be patient. The results will come as long as you keep working hard. So to help ensure that you continue to work hard, here's a couple things, tips that I'll pass along that you might want to remember. First is knowing your why. Obviously, to be persistent over months and years, your why is absolutely critical. It's basically your vision of where you want to go, and it is the driving force behind your motivation. So understanding your why is huge. Second is develop a habit and routine that works for you. There's no one single path to success. There's no one single way to get into shape. There's plenty of paths to progress, plenty of different paths to success. The best diet, the best cardio, the best workout, the best resistance training routine is the one that you will do consistently. You can mix it up. You can change your routine. You can do a routine for a fixed period of time and then consciously switch after 12 weeks to a different routine. So many different paths to success. Make sure that you find something that works for you. The corollary to that is remembering that your only real competition is in the mirror. The question you need to ask yourself is, how can you become a better version of yourself over time? And knowing what to do is not adequate, right? You must take action. You must take that first step. You must start the journey to where you will make regular progress. Develop the patience to put your knowledge, knowing what you need to do, put that knowledge into practice and take consistent action over time to develop your body. And surround yourself with people you admire and whose opinions you respect. Don't let someone else's opinion of you or your progress carry any real weight in your decisions and what you do and your progress and your journey to success. They don't know you. They don't really know what's driving you, your why. They don't know your goals. All of these are set and controlled by you. And the final tip, at the risk of sounding like a broken record, is that slow and steady wins the race. Right? No matter how hard you work, how often you exercise, how frequently or infrequently you eat, how much sleep you get, etc. Results will not come overnight. Overall fitness, whether it be physical, emotional, spiritual, financial, intellectual, or cultural fitness, is an ongoing journey. For most of us, it takes months or years to achieve major results and our transformations. If you think back to my financial examples at the beginning, it was decades in the making for people like Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos to achieve financial independence and success. And yes, I know that all of those are extreme examples, people that are multi-billionaires, but it underscores the point that it does take time to achieve major results, major life transformations. And while that's not something that you can just stop doing after you've accomplished a particular goal, you do get to carry forward all of the benefits that you created around the discipline, the commitment, the positive habit formation, and consistency. And those not only make it easier for you to make continued progress going forward, but can also provide benefits across all the other areas of your life. Hugely important. Being mentally prepared for a long, and look, at times it's going to be tough. It's going to be arduous. It's going to be a tough journey. But being mentally prepared for that long haul is much better than being either unprepared or having expectations of immediate results. Even if you're blessed with good genetics and respond well to training and your diet's on point, yeah, results will come more quickly. But if you expect immediate results, that for most of us, actually in reality, require time and dedication to make those changes to our body or whatever area of life that we're talking about, you're just setting yourself up for disappointment. The value of your mental mindset here is immeasurable. Remember, it just takes some time, and that amount of time will vary on a number of different variables for your body to adjust, adapt, and get the results in alignment with your vision. The key is not to quit. Happiness is all about growth and progress, knowing you're moving forward toward your vision, no matter how small those steps might be. Growth and progress are happiness. And yes, there will be setbacks. There will be times when you take 2 steps backward and 1 step forward, and it might seem like you're not progressing. But in those times, your body is adjusting. You are learning and getting smarter, and positive change will ultimately come about. It's part of the process. Practice patience, keep the faith. With that, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to listen to The Fitterist Show. You can follow us on Instagram at FitteristMindBody and on Twitter at FitteristMind. If you enjoyed this episode, please send it to a friend or subscribe to make sure you don't miss any future episodes of The Fitterist Show. My name is Christopher Allen, and make it a magical day.